Guys, so let's get into section 2.1. Here we're going to be talking about choices and trade-offs. So we already introduced the idea about economics where we were trying to satisfy our unlimited wants, limited resources, right? And with that, right, so within all of your wants, there are different ones within there, right? So not only can you basically buy a hamburger, but you could also buy a salad, right? So you could have multiple options. You're not stuck down to just one thing. So that's where you have a choice. Now, with every choice, you do have a trade off, meaning that you do have to give something up in order to get it, right? So basically, if we were trying to buy burgers, right, for every burger that you buy, that's less salad you can buy. So that's where choices and trade offs kind of come in. Another way we can think about choices is this. On average, higher degrees lead to higher salaries. But why aren't more people pursuing them? Why are people not wanting to pursue a degree if, they can earn more money on average? Well, that would mean that they had a choice, and when they made their choice, they believe that whatever they were going to do had more value than going to college. Now, that really could work for a lot of people. It really could. And that's why they chose to not go to college. All right. But that's where it comes down to in making a choice and then your trade offs. So, whenever you're making a choice, right, and you can do this right now, right, what you're going to be doing is you're going to look at, okay, if I make this choice, what is the cost of not doing it, right? So, for instance, right, by going to college, right, and what has more value to me by making that choice? Okay, we live in a world of scarcity, so we do not have all the money in the world, possessions, or the time to do everything. So you're limited on your time. Whatever choice you do have to make, right? And let's say ended up being a bad decision. You're never gonna get that time back because you made that choice, right? So whenever we're trying to make a choice, some are gonna have every choice has a cost. It's really about choosing the one that where it has more benefit, and we're gonna figure out a little bit more about what that looks like. Now, realistically, right, what we're doing here is we're making choices based off of a budget constraint. A budget constraint is basically this. It's all possible consumption combinations of goods that someone can afford given the prices of goods when all income is spent. This is the boundary for the opportunity set. So let's break that down a little bit. So all the possible consumption combinations of goods and services. So basically, you have different wants, right? Let's say it's burgers and salads. So with that, right, you can buy different combinations of burgers and salads, right? You can buy one burger, four salads. Maybe you can buy one salad and 10 burgers. So that's the thing with all the possible combination of goods. The next part is someone can afford. So yes, right? Is it possible to buy 100 burgers and 100 salads? Yeah, it's possible. But can everybody do that? No. So when we have the budget constraint, it's really about what that individual person can do. And then it's with given prices. All right. So if the price of a burger goes up, can you buy more or less burgers? If it's more expensive, you have to buy less. And because you're buying less burgers, right, then that means you're going to have to change your budget constraint because of the price changes. And then the last one is when all income is spent. When we are doing these models, such as the budget constraint, we're going to assume that people are spending all of their income. You might be thinking that's not realistic. I would save some of my money, and you'd be perfectly correct. Now, in this example, and the ones that we're going to be using later on in the year, you know, just try and think think of it as if you were using all of your income, because we really want to see how far you can go in terms of buying something. We really want to see what that budget constraint is. Like, where does it stop? Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the boundary of the opportunity set. So you have all the opportunities to buy different things, but where's that boundary at, right? So you can buy all the burgers and salads and everything, right? But where's the maximum that you can go? And the maximum has to be wherever you're spending all of your income. So this is a great way to show how much a consumer can afford, and it's a fantastic way to illustrate trade-offs. All right. So basically, what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little bit of math to really show the different combinations that you can do. Because you really could have, the opportunity to buy one burger and one salad, right, and not spend all your income. So the opportunity set is not all income spent, right? You have the opportunity to buy less. But what we're looking for with the budget constraint is we're really trying to find that maximum. So let's do an example real quick. Let's say you have a budget of $10, burgers are $2, and bus tickets are 50 cents. So with this, we need to figure out how many burgers and bus tickets we can buy. So what is the most amount of burgers that you can buy if you have $10? Well, if you have $10, right, and each one is 2, well, that would mean that $10 divided by 2 equals 5. So 5 burgers. If you buy 5 burgers, all right, how much did that cost you? It cost you $10. Can you buy any bus tickets? No. So no bus tickets there. If you were to buy 4 burgers, how many bus tickets can you buy? Let's do the math. All right, if you buy 4 bus tickets and they cost $2, and then you have to figure out the price of the bus tickets and the bus tickets, and that's $10. Okay, don't freak out about this equation here. All it is the number of burgers times the price of the burger plus the price of the bus ticket times the amount of bus tickets and that equals to 10. So that would be your income. So all this is your budget constraint. Like, this is how much you can afford, right? So the amount of burgers times the price plus the price of the bus tickets times the amount of the bus tickets. If you add those together, that is how much total that you are spending. And that if you equal that to 10, that would be you spending all of your income. So that is the equation here. So if we were to solve this one, all we would do is 4 times 2, which is 8. We would do 0.5 times x, and that would equal 10. We would subtract 8 on both sides. 0.5x equals 2. We would now divide by 0.5. And if you had your calculator, that should be 4. So that would be 4 bus tickets. Yes. Okay. Does anybody if you have trouble with the math, just let me know and we can kind of get you situated. But it's very important that you understand at least how to do the budget constraint, because everything we're going to do is going to be built on top of that. So that's how many bus tickets we can buy, and that's how many burgers we can buy. Now, what if we do 3 burgers? Well, we would have to do the same thing again. We could set up the equation, or you can do a different way. So if we set up the equation, it would be 3 times 2 plus 0.5 times x equals 10. 3 times 2 is 6. 0.5x equals 10. We would subtract 6 from both sides. 0.5x equals 4. We would divide by 0.5, and x equals 8. If you're really having trouble following along here, just let me know. Reach out. It is very important that you understand how to do this math. Now, the other way we can do this, right? Let's say it's 2 burgers. And if you're wondering how I'm doing this, it's kind of not realistic to buy 4.5 burgers. So, just try and make it realistic on some of these things. So 2 burgers. If I spend $2 on 2 burgers, that's $4. And then I have $10. So that means I have $6 left over. How many bus tickets can I buy? Well, I would do 6 divided by 0.5, and that would be 12. So are we catching along about how the process is going? If you are paying attention here, every time we are doing less burgers, how many more bus tickets are we getting? When I went from 1 here to here, right, what changed? 4 bus tickets. And then all of a sudden we did another burger. And then it was another 4 tickets. So what would that mean if we did 1 burger? How many bus tickets would go there? If we had 1 burger, right, and doing no math at all, right, can you figure out what would happen? 1 burger, right, would be how many tickets? So that would be 16. As you can see here, every time we do less burgers, that is an extra $2. How many bus tickets can you buy with $2? 4. Because if each one is 50 cents, right, you can buy 2 tickets for $1, 4 tickets for $2. So that's how we do 4 bus tickets. If you don't understand that, that's perfectly fine. Just look at the budget constraint, and then this will, if you do the whole process, that's perfectly fine as long as you understand what's going on. And then the last one will be 0 burgers, and if you did the budget constraint again, right, you would find out that you have $10, you spent 0 on burgers, and then you would divide by the price of the bus tickets, so that would be 20. So this chart right here is our budget constraint, right? Because we are spending all of our income and we are showing all of the different choices that we can make. Now, what happens when you get a raise? Okay, if you get a raise, that would mean that you can, spend more money on things. So, if the prices of burgers and bus tickets don't change, but your income does. So instead of 10, it's now 20. If it's 20, that would mean you could buy 10 burgers instead of 5. So all of a sudden you now can buy more. And now the most important thing, which is going to lead to the next topic, is what is the cost of doing 1 more burger? And we kind of saw it as we were going through here, right? Whenever we're doing more burgers or less burgers, what is happening, right? The cost of 1 burger is $2, but in economics, we don't like to say it's $2. What we would like to say, right, is because you are doing more burgers, you're not buying bus tickets. And if you are buying a burger, how many bus tickets does it cost you? That's how economic thinking works. All right, so how many bus tickets are we giving up? 4. That's what we're doing here. What's the cost of one more burger? 4 bus tickets. And that is the opportunity cost of doing burgers. In the next video, we will be covering opportunity cost. I'll see you there. Bye.